Good evening, my good tenor. Duviri is coming in April. Sorry this video took a while to come out. I was touching grass. So DevStream 168 happened on Friday and they revealed what is coming to Warframe, so on and so on. Now Duviri actually looks pretty good, to be fair. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I like where they are going with this and I like the direction that DE is going for. And what stood out for me the most was the fact that this update will be a new way of entering Warframe. For people that are trying out Warframe for the first time, I think that idea is just brilliant in my opinion. It is the right move there. Also, why does the Drifter kind of look like Pedro Pascal? I do know that there are a lot of people in the community that have mixed feelings about this update, and a lot of them are saying what even is Warframe anymore, and they feel like it's not the true Warframe experience. But for me, I'm on a 50-50 with this. I do agree with it. It is completely different, and it's not your usual Warframe experience, I guess, but I do like something new, and I'm always open to trying new things out, and it's a different direction that they are going with. And it can either go really well or just go horribly wrong. I like that DE is branching out though. I think it's good. So here is my thoughts. Duviri looks amazing, as in looks stunning. The level design, the overall feel, the vibe you get looks awesome. I absolutely love how you're diving into a world with a drifter and you get to explore another open, weird, vivid looking world with new drifter melee combat, picking random frames and loadouts. The decree system is awesome. The intrinsic system looks amazing. It just genuinely looks great and I'm excited. But my only concern is how will it turn out in terms of your rewards and respecting your time. Now, obviously it hasn't even come out yet and there's literally no way of knowing how much of a grind it will be or how much you will get in return for it. So please just understand that these are my thoughts. This is not something that is actually going to happen. But my biggest concern is replayability. Will it be another piece of content that will literally take a week or maybe a few weeks to grind and that's it? Everyone goes back to farming whatever they need to farm. Now, obviously, I am talking from the perspective of someone who is Legendary 1 and I don't really have much to do in Warframe anymore. Besides get to Legendary 2, I've pretty much done everything that Warframe has to offer me. So I'm speaking from someone in the perspective that has done everything and is just literally waiting for new content in Warframe. But I think we can all agree that we all want Duviri to have a lot of replayability and something that is super rewarding. Now I'm basing this on recent events, to be fair. For example, the new Citrine's updates, the new mirror defense mission grind is quite long and the drop rates are insanely low that it is literally more worth it to farm the platinum and buying Citrine with platinum because you'd have to grind like crazy to get all the weapons and Citrine plus the arcanes and everything that goes with it. For a casual player, you're not really going to be able to do that really quickly. But I also do understand that it is very difficult to strike the balance between catering for people who literally know life the game and for those who play casually. It's very hard to please everyone and you will never be able to please everyone. Another thing, which is something I wanted to make a video on but I decided not to, is the Steel Path Shop nerf, where you can only buy 25 packs of Kuva and 25 packs of Relic packs. Now, I don't want to go on a whole long rant about this, but personally, this was not the right move at all. But I'm hoping that Duviri will bring a good grind and that you will reap the rewards for doing the content. From what I can see, it looks like it will offer that. Now, they did say that you will obtain the Incarnate adapters from doing Duviri, which is great. I absolutely love the Incarnate system and the idea of making trash weapons better because, let's face it, Warframe has a lot of deadweight weapons. Literally just a whole bunch of mid weapons lying around that you can technically make better to an extent with a Riven, but some of them are just absolutely useless. So I'm very excited for this edition and I hope that they add a lot of weapons to the system and I also hope that they make the weapons a lot better. With that being said, I mentioned this on my stream earlier that I would like to see almost a pack-a-punch system from Call of Duty in Warframe. That's the best comparison I could think of. Almost like a workbench that you can grind for certain things or materials and upgrade a trash weapon and bring it up to a pretty good weapon. Not something that is overpowered, but just make any weapon good, basically, and viable. This gives us players a lot of options to play with and would give us more incentive to try out random weapons. That is just a thought or a suggestion, but this Incarnate system is pretty much that system, to be fair. I do want to touch on the system where Pablo explained how there are lots and lots of side quests and mini quests that are close to you, and then some quests are further away from each other, so it doesn't feel like you're running from different edges of the map all the time, so that you don't get a running simulator. And I love the fact that the Kai, I can't say it properly, looks absolutely amazing. I love that you get a horse, it looks great. The gameplay doesn't look as slow as people were concerned about, saying that it's going to be super slow and not as fast paced as what Warframe is. And to be honest, it looks pretty decently paced. Although we do need to take into account that Megan did have all the intrinsics unlocked, so it might be slightly slower in the beginning. But with the decrees and that one decree where you get increased movement speed per decree, that's pretty cool to be honest. It looks like it's pretty decently paced and it will not feel super slow and sluggish. Moving on to the next thing I want to talk about, which is how Duviri is basically a new entry into Warframe. This is a very cool idea because for the newer players who are trying out Warframe for the first time, get to play with players who are already progressed into the game. And you have a chance to try out new content with newer players as well. Now this is great if you want to get a friend over now, and I'm hoping that this brings a lot of newer players into Warframe because it's basically just a new starting point. I would be interested to see how different the start is from your normal starting point. They did say that you will still land up at the same point in the storyline and you will still do the same quests, but we will have to see. I would even go as far as that me trying to make a new account and seeing how it goes and maybe making some videos about it. And of course the addition of Stalker. This looks very, very interesting to me and I'm excited for this as well. I personally don't think DE intended to show Stalker there in the dev stream, but that is just my speculation. Let me know if you agree with that or not. It's exciting. Hopefully it will be the next frame that is a pseudo frame per se, which will be pretty cool, but I don't want to say more about that until I know more about it. And of course, moving on to Hyljin Prime. Very excited for Mommy Thick Thighs and so on. She looks absolutely amazing. Baruch Deluxe is literally a satyr. It's just a goat. Don't know how I feel about the skin. Gonna get it though because it's Baruch. Drifter customization looks awesome. Facial hair looks cool, I guess. Otherwise, I don't have much more to say, but to wrap it up, here are my thoughts. Duviri looks like it's going in a good direction. And I think that it may be a breath of fresh air, and I'm hoping it brings newer players in because of the new starting point. And I'm very excited for the new systems there, including like the Incarnate system for the trash weapons, and also the whole roguelike experience. I would like to hear your thoughts about Duviri in the comments below, and I also would like to know from you guys if you would like to see more types of videos like this from me, where I basically just say my thoughts, speak my mind on different topics regarding Warframe, like different mechanics and so on and so on. So let me know. Alright guys, that is it for the video. Don't forget to like and sub. It really helps me out. I will see you all in the next video.